Hello basketball fans and welcome to Women's Basketball Fandom. I'm thrilled to bring you our comprehensive breakdown of the 2025 NCAA Women's Basketball Tournament. This is the first of 4 videos we're releasing today here on the WBF, where we'll be analyzing every bracket of this year's tournament. Today we're diving deep into the Spokane 1 bracket, where several powerhouse programs and inspiring newcomers will battle for a chance to advance to the next round. The road to the championship will take teams through regional stops in Spokane, Washington, and Birmingham, Alabama, before culminating in Tampa, Florida, where the Final Four and national championship game will be held in early April. The women's game has never been more exciting, with record-breaking viewership expected and talent spread across the entire field. So let's get started with our breakdown of what promises to be an unforgettable tournament run in the Spokane 1 region. Remember to stay tuned to the WBF for our coverage of every round as we follow these teams through their March Madness journey. At the top of our bracket sits UCLA, the #1 overall seed in the entire tournament. The Bruins have been nothing short of dominant this season, putting together an impressive campaign that culminated in a thrilling Big Ten tournament championship. What makes this UCLA team special is their resilience under pressure. In the Big Ten final, they found themselves down by 13 points but refused to fold. Led by their standout center, Lauren Betts, the Bruins mounted an incredible comeback to secure the conference title and cement their position as the team to beat. Betts has been a force in the paint all season, averaging near double-double numbers and altering countless shots on the defensive end. Her presence alone changes how opponents attack, often forcing teams to settle for outside shots rather than challenging her at the rim. UCLA's balanced attack features not just Betts, but a supporting cast of sharpshooters and lockdown defenders. Coach Corey Close has built a program that emphasizes team basketball, and this philosophy has carried them to the pinnacle of the sport. Their defensive intensity and efficient offense make them a formidable opponent for anyone in their path. The Bruins will face the winner of a first 4 matchup between UC San Diego and Southern Jaguars. Regardless of which team advances, UCLA will enter as heavy favorites. But as we all know, March Madness is defined by its upsets and surprises. Here at the WBF, we'll be keeping a close eye on this potential David versus Goliath matchup, in what could be one of the most competitive first-round matchups. The 8th seed Richmond Spiders will take on the 9th seed Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets. Richmond enters the tournament after a solid season that saw them earn an at-large bid from the selection committee. The Spiders rely on a disciplined offense and tough perimeter defense to frustrate opponents.
That ranks 11th in the Atlantic 10. Allie Sweeney inside. She might be the one to watch out for. And a Camden rejection. Over to the right side. Low feed for Ulstrom and a beautiful pass. Dugan. Low feed to Alston. Beautiful move. For possession goes back to Budnick for 3 once again.
On the other side, Georgia Tech brings excitement and fresh energy to the tournament.
Morgan will test it out off the bounce. Settle down here in the second. She'll get a look for 3 and hit it. Deep 3. Good. Chit-chat for the lead.
Under the guidance of respected coach Nell Fortner, the Yellow Jackets are making their NCAA tournament debut. And they're not just happy to be here, they're looking to make some noise. The catalyst for Georgia Tech has been freshman sensation Danny Carnegie. Despite her youth, Carnegie has played with the poise of a veteran, leading the Yellow Jackets in scoring and providing clutch performances in key moments throughout the season. Her ability to create her own shot and elevate in big games makes her a player to watch in this tournament. This 8-9 matchup has all the ingredients of a bracket-busting nail-biter, with the winner likely facing UCLA in the second round. For Georgia Tech, this represents a historic moment for their program, while Richmond is looking to advance and potentially shock the basketball world by challenging the top-seeded Bruins. We'll be bringing you detailed analysis of this matchup and its winner in our next round of coverage here on Women's Basketball Fandom. The 4-seed Baylor Bears, a perennial powerhouse from the Big 12, will face off against 13-seed Grand Canyon University, who is making their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. Baylor's strength lies in their remarkable balance. They feature 5 players averaging double figures in scoring. This makes them exceptionally difficult to defend, as opponents can't simply focus on shutting down one star player. The Bears' offensive versatility, combined with their tournament experience, makes them a dangerous team that could make a deep run.
Long time in many big games. Walker worked down low, well done. Circles all the way around, ducks inside, gets the basket. Andrews drops it back, Vonleh is going to put it on the deck, take it to the basket for 2.
Meanwhile, Grand Canyon enters the tournament after a historic season in which they won an impressive 30 games. The Antelopes captured their conference tournament championship to secure an automatic bid, and they bring tremendous momentum into their first ever NCAA tournament appearance. For Grand Canyon, this matchup represents the culmination of years of program building. Their players will be hungry to prove they belong on the national stage, and that hunger could translate into an inspired performance against the more established Baylor program.
We were just talking about her, and how about that? San Antonio makes the extra pass and rattling that one down. Anna doesn't feel like she's really played this game. Moving without the basketball. Screen from Eric Stroop. San Antonio, big time bucket.
This contrast between the established power and the exciting newcomer creates an intriguing dynamic that embodies what makes March Madness so special. Will Baylor's experience prevail, or can Grand Canyon shock the basketball world with a stunning first-round upset? Be sure to subscribe to the WBF so you don't miss our reaction and analysis of this compelling matchup. The 5-12 matchup features Ole Miss taking on Ball State in what history tells us could be prime upset territory. Every year, 12 seeds seem to find a way to knock off 5 seeds, making this one of the most anticipated matchups in the region. Ole Miss enters as the 5 seed after navigating the gauntlet of the SEC. The Rebels hang their hat on defense, where they've stifled opponents all season with aggressive perimeter pressure and disciplined help rotations. Their defensive prowess has been their calling card, but they've also shown the ability to score in bunches when needed.
LSU in a hurry. Oh, Williams had it taken away. A draft choice. This
few minutes here in the second half.
It's now 16. Make it 17 turnovers. Scott keeps the dribble. Jacobs underneath the advantage. Sadler puts it up. 4-3.
Ball State, meanwhile, is dancing for the first time since 2009, ending a 16-year tournament drought for the Cardinals. They secured their automatic bid by winning their conference tournament in dramatic fashion, and they'll be riding that emotional high into this first-round matchup. For Ball State, this appearance represents a return to prominence for a program with proud tradition. Their fans have waited a long time to see the Cardinals back in the NCAA tournament, and you can expect them to travel well and create a vibrant atmosphere.
All conference honorable mention selection.
Becky, Austin for 3. It's good. Cook is back in. Garcia, Becky to Richard again. The lead score. And she gets it back off to Richard, who is red hot. Cardinal hot.
The 5-12 games often produce some of the tournament's most memorable moments, and this matchup has all the ingredients to add another chapter to that tradition. Ole Miss will need to avoid looking ahead to a potential second-round game, as Ball State has nothing to lose and everything to gain. Here at Women's Basketball Fandom, we'll be watching this game closely for potential bracket-busting implications. The 3-seed LSU Tigers will take on the 14-seed San Diego State Aztecs in what could be an interesting stylistic clash. LSU features one of the most talented trios in the country, but health concerns have surrounded them in recent weeks. Their ability to get and stay healthy could determine not just the outcome of this game, but their potential to make a deep run in the tournament. When at full strength, few teams can match LSU's combination of size, skill, and athleticism.
all those different types of rebounds.
Yeah, let's lead the way with 12. Williams wide open. 4-3 senior day. Oh, backdoor cut. Williams, that's an easy one.
Great.
San Diego State punched their ticket by winning their conference tournament in impressive fashion. The Aztecs are making their return to the NCAA tournament after a brief absence, and they bring a physical, defensive-minded approach that could give LSU some problems if the Tigers aren't at 100%. The Aztecs' tournament experience isn't extensive, but they won't be intimidated by the moment. Their coach has emphasized embracing the underdog role and playing with nothing to lose, an approach that has propelled many lower seeds to surprising victories in tournament history.
Oh, good pass to Quezada. Leading rebounder for the Cow. Villalobos trying to create. Tough drive, and it goes. Kicks it out to Green. Good ball movement. Sheffy for three.
For LSU, this game represents the beginning of what they hope will be a championship run. For San Diego State, it's an opportunity to secure one of the biggest wins in program history and announce their return to the national stage in emphatic fashion. We'll be providing in-depth analysis of LSU's health status and its impact on their performance in our upcoming round-by-round coverage on the WBF. In a fascinating 6-11 matchup, Florida State will take on George Mason in a game featuring one of the tournament's most exciting individual players. Florida State, the 6th seed, is led by the nation's leading scorer, Tanaya Ladson. Ladson has been virtually unstoppable this season, filling up the stat sheet night after night and drawing comparisons to some of the all-time greats. Her ability to score from anywhere on the court makes the Seminoles dangerous regardless of the opponent.
The ACC enforcing turnovers. They have straight for Florida State. Ladson turnaround and one. Ladson's baseline drive
Makes on the glass for the Noles.
What a tough shot.
On the other side, George Mason is making their first ever NCAA tournament appearance, adding another exciting newcomer to this bracket. The Patriots have defied expectations all season, and they enter the tournament with the confidence of a team that believes they belong, despite their program's lack of tournament history. For George Mason, this appearance represents the culmination of a remarkable program turnaround. Just a few years ago, they were struggling to compete in their conference. Now they're on the biggest stage in college basketball, ready to show the nation what they can do.
In Denmark.
Kesa.
Harris, let it go deep!
Florida State will lean heavily on Ladson's scoring prowess, while George Mason will counter with a balanced team approach that has served them well all season. This contrast in styles adds another layer of intrigue to what promises to be a compelling first-round contest. The 2-seed NC State Wolfpack will face off against the 15-seed Vermont Catamounts in what appears to be a significant mismatch on paper. NC State enters the tournament with a unique four-guard lineup that has given opponents fits all season. Their ability to spread the floor, drive and kick, and knock down perimeter shots makes them one of the most difficult teams to defend in the entire field. Despite their lack of traditional size, the Wolfpack have managed to rebound effectively through effort and positioning.
Rivers gets an open look, got it. Brooks crosses to the other side, count it. Rivers for NC State. Jones for three.
Vermont comes in as the heavy underdog, but they've built their identity around a suffocating defense that has frustrated opponents all season. The Catamounts know they'll need to slow the pace and limit NC State's possessions if they want to have any chance at pulling off what would be a monumental upset.
Hansen, quick crossover to get right by Marv. Gilby will take a three of her own, drains it. She gets it back, turns around, and is able to hit a tough shot.
While 15 seeds have occasionally shocked 2 seeds in tournament history, these games typically end with the higher seed advancing comfortably. But that's why they play the games. Anything can happen in a single elimination format, especially if Vermont can dictate the tempo and hit some early shots to build confidence. For NC State, this game represents the first step in what they hope will be a Final Four run. For Vermont, it's an opportunity to create a moment that would live forever in tournament lore. Stay tuned to the WBF for our tactical breakdown of how Vermont might approach this challenging matchup. Our final first-round matchup in the Spokane 1 region features the 7th seed Michigan State Spartans taking on the 10th seed Harvard Crimson in what could be one of the most entertaining games of the opening round. Michigan State brings the physical, disciplined approach that has long been associated with Spartan basketball. They've navigated a challenging Big Ten schedule to earn their at-large bid, and their tournament experience could prove valuable as the pressure intensifies.
Lucy Olsen, consensus first-team All Big Ten.
And look at her taking away a touch by Grace Van Sluten, playing her on the high side. They've gone back to their zone because of the foul problems that they have incurred.
So tell them.
Harvard captured the Ivy League championship to secure their automatic bid, but they're far from a typical Ivy League representative. The Crimson are led by standout player Harmony Turner, who delivered one of the most remarkable performances of the conference tournament season when she erupted for 44 points in the semifinal. Turner's scoring ability makes Harvard a dangerous opponent for anyone in this bracket.
Turner will launch a three. And Turner. Anderson went down. Turner shows the dribble, steps back, threes! And Anderson gets a steal. Has Glenn Bello on her right. Anderson all the way, 4-2.
This 7-10 matchup is typically one of the most competitive in the opening round, and this year should be no exception. Michigan State will try to impose their will physically, while Harvard will counter with execution and Turner's individual brilliance. We'll be bringing you exclusive analysis of Turner's game and her impact on this matchup in our upcoming tournament coverage. As we wrap up our preview of the Spokane 1 region here on Women's Basketball Fandom, it's clear that this bracket features an exciting mix of established powerhouses and inspiring newcomers. From UCLA at the top to programs making their tournament debuts like Georgia Tech and George Mason, the storylines are rich and compelling. While UCLA enters as the deserving favorite, the beauty of March Madness is its unpredictability. Will we see a Cinderella run from one of the lower seeds? Will individual stars like Tanaya Ladson and Harmony Turner carry their teams to unexpected victories? Or will the cream rise to the top with UCLA and NC State advancing as expected? Whatever happens, the next few weeks promise to deliver the drama, emotion, and unforgettable moments that make the NCAA tournament one of the greatest spectacles in all of sports. So, fill out your brackets, settle in, and get ready for the madness to begin. Thanks for watching this first installment of our Selection Sunday coverage. Stay tuned for our breakdowns of the remaining 3 brackets coming up next here on the WBF. We will be back later this week with our own completed WBF bracket. We invite you to fill out your own and share it with us. We will share everyone's bracket with the hashtag WBFandomBrackets, and we will shout out all our winners. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our round-by-round tournament coverage. Until next time, enjoy the games and keep your passion for women's basketball burning bright.